Hey, middle school ministry families, welcome to our Easter series, Never Be the Same. In John chapter 17, the events that Jesus had told his disciples about were starting to unfold. And this prayer that Jesus prays leading up to his betrayal, his death, and his resurrection is what we find. Imagine the thoughts going through the disciples' heads when they start to see all of this unfold. Jesus had spent 3 years with the disciples. He had lived with them, he taught them, he corrected them, he loved them. And sure, their lives had changed, but now life would truly never be the same once they were witnesses to Jesus' betrayal, death, and resurrection. That should be our reality as well when we surrender our lives to Jesus. Our lives will never be the same. The way we live changes, our eternity changes, our identity changes. Colossians 1:13-14 says, "He has delivered us from the domain of darkness and transferred us to the kingdom of his beloved Son, in whom we have the redemption and forgiveness of sins." Total and complete surrender to Jesus leads to total and complete transformation. More and more like Jesus, that's what we become every day. Because our purpose as disciples of Jesus is to point people to Jesus. That's a part of actively following Jesus and loving people. On Wednesday night, we gave each student a container of Play-Doh. And it was a reminder of what it means to surrender to Jesus. Because nobody buys Play-Doh just to keep it in a container. We play with it, we take it, we sculpt it, we mold it. When it stays in the container, that's not what it was designed for. And Play-Doh doesn't fight back when you work with it. It surrenders to the process of changing, of transforming, and it turns into something pretty incredible. So are you willing to let Jesus transform you so that you'll never be the same? Because total and complete surrender to Jesus leads to total and complete transformation, focusing on becoming more and more like Jesus every day. Thanks, middle school families, for letting us be a part of your lives. Have a great weekend.